to Mario Golf Super Rush. It turns out I was wrong. I said Star Rush, but I was wrong, so I'll have to edit that. Edit the videos in a moment. But in the meantime, believe it or not, this was recorded at around the time that Wiggler came out as a DLC character, and of course, naturally, I'm going to go for Toad. But the thing about this was that this was recorded at around November of last year. So for about a month and a half, I was working at UPS. So and this was during the busy holiday season the year before, or just a month or so ago. And I will say that, well, let me just adjust my headset here. But we are doing the last 6 holes of this particular course. Now, like I said, this was recorded back in November of last year. However, the thing is, unfortunately, I was unable to get around to it. But anyway, as I aimed straight onto the hole, I had to make sure that I didn't hit it too hard, or it would end up in the rough or the semi-rough. But anyway, so for a long time I was unable to get around to it, and then unexpectedly I didn't expect them to let me go, and then I later found out that it was a temporary job and not a permanent part-time job, as I had previously thought. And then I finally get the call to start a new job, and I won't say what I do exactly, but I will say that I work for the state. And up until now, what happened was they gave me an unconditional offer, or rather a conditional offer, excuse me, for the job, and I had to fulfill the requirements to get it. And unfortunately, I misplayed my shot, and it ends up in the rough. And so yeah, up until recently, I was focusing my efforts on trying to secure the job rather than worry so much about focusing on my videos here, which, I didn't want to, neglect this particular Let's Play, but I just didn't want to, leave it behind or focus so much on it that I miss out on the job. Well, now that I have the job, this is recorded at the end of the first week of my time there. It was kind of up and down, but that's kind of to be expected when you're working for the first time in a long time, and when you're working a job you've never done before. So that was an adjustment period for me. So I'm happy to say that I have secured it. So I'm recording this at night on Friday night, and in fact, that's pretty much going to be my recording time, to not only record the video but also record the commentary. And this is post commentary, by the way, as this was originally done in November. Unfortunately, the audio just crapped out for some odd reason. I don't know why. It's just so stupid that it just didn't work the way that it should have. That being said, though, in just a few minutes, I'm going to stop the recording, or at least, stop the recording, and then just to make sure that it works, because I tried to, post-commentate it on this episode, but it didn't come out right. I don't know why. It just kind of is stupid like that. So what I'm going to do is stop it for a bit and then come back. So Be right back.
Okay, I'm back, and it worked out fine. I had to change my audio setting, but it came out all right. Anyway, as I was saying, yes, this is a second attempt at post commentary, which I couldn't get around to simply just because I was focusing on trying to get the job, and after my first week on the job, now I can finally dedicate some time to this. Um, so I do want to apologize officially to John for taking very, very long for this one. But I will say that Friday nights will be my nights to record. So I'm cool with that. Not just to record, but also to upload and whatnot. Maybe, and if not, at least on one of my days after work, when I'm not busy or I don't have any other family commitments or anything like that. So anyway, so far, Charge and Chuck is in the lead. But I have to realize that, the thing about Charge and Chuck, or, I mean, there's 3 difficulties. I mean, there's amateur, there's, what was it, pro, and then another difficulty that's the highest of them all. I put it in the middle, simply because, I want to make sure that it wasn't too hard, but also not too easy either. So kind of in the middle, really. Well, anyway, after 2, it is a tied game. I am having some gobstoppers, or the chewy version of them. But yeah, I've been working at my new job, so I'm happy to say that, then it went well, at least at the very end. There's so many things I still have to get used to, but I made it, and that's the most important thing. But the thing about this particular game is you just want to be able to... it's not about how far you shoot, it's about how you set yourself up for the next shot. And also making your putts when it comes to... when it comes to... once you get on the green, or in this case, the part of the part of the golf course where the hole is. So there you go. All right, so I got on really well, I'm happy to say. Of course, the next one will be a bit different in that, well, you'll see what it is if you've kept track of what courses we have. There you go. But yeah, I apologize for those who have been waiting for a video of mine. Again, out of all the members of the TGO, especially given the fact that I'm one of the OG members, yeah, there, you have to aim it right so you can get a little pin shot, or a tap in, excuse me, that's what it's called, sorry. Alright, so it's still tied, 0-0. Probably the one of the few games where you want to have a negative score. That being said, though, I mean, this is kind of what would happen if, Scotland got enveloped by a volcano. And don't at me. I mean, I'm just, Scotland, and and to some degree Ireland has, but I think really it's Scotland that came up with the game of golf. But it definitely caught on, and golf is an international sport, and and it pays a lot of money, but you have to be able to do it. I mean, you could be you might be able to hit the ball very far, but if you're not able to putt, it doesn't make a difference. And vice versa, you could be a great putter, but and do well in mini golf courses, but if you can't drive the ball far enough, then you're probably not going to do well. And I'm talking about in real life though. But there was a time when I wanted to, be a golfer, but it just didn't work out, as I just didn't have enough power to drive the ball IRL. But that's why I focused a lot on school. And I noticed that Charge and Chuck is not, hitting him far enough. I mean, he got it onto the fringe, which is good, but... Let's see. Does he get this one? No, he does not. But I will say that I do enjoy, when it comes to golf, I forgot what his... Oh, yeah, Brooks Holt, or Brooks Hoyt Vlogs, I think. Well, I know his name is Brooks. And I know that he does vlogs of him and I would say his girlfriend, maybe soon to be his wife. They go to these mini golf courses, and some of the mini golf courses are so ridiculous it's not even funny. Or maybe it is at times. And he rims the shot around and gets a double bogey. Alright. So I take the lead with 0 over +2, which +2 in this case is a bad thing. Now this one is a par 3, so it's possible to get it is possible to get a hole in one. It's just it's not impossible. It's very improbable though. And you also have to take into consideration the wind, which in this case I do. Just a little bit further and I probably would have gotten it, but then again, there's no telling where's a good place to hit. Okay, well that's a nice shot there by Mr. Charge and Chuck. In fact, he got much closer than I did, so great shot by him. So now the question is, did I curve it just enough, and did I hit it hard enough? I curved it a little bit too much, and I hit it a bit too far, so there you go. So now I have to readjust. I mean, you have to have good depth perception of slopes and being able to read it. That's how you're going to do well in this game. I mean, you could have the power of Charge and Chuck, but if you're not able to hit your putts and read slopes, you're probably not going to do well in the game. But I mean, of course, there's the story mode for that. Alright, so we have a couple of hazards, including the thwomps and womps. And while the womps have remained the same since their appearance in Super Mario 64, oh yeah, and the Chain Chomp too. But while the thwomps and the Chain Chomps have remained the same, the thwomps, the ones that fall from a height and try to crush you, those ones. Well, in the Nintendo 64 days, up until Mario Party 6, because by the time we got to Mario Party 7, they went back to their original look. Because in the original Super Mario Brothers 3, they were gray, and they had that look. I mean, of course, they kept that look after going into what was it? They remained that they had that look and retained it for Super Mario World, but then they had the iconic blue block look that they had in Super Mario, and I'm not sure how I was able to clear this one. I mean, I didn't hit the rock, otherwise it probably would have bounced, but it didn't. Instead, I landed on the rough. Now, Chargin' Chuck, on the other hand, probably, or what am I saying, he did get a good shot off. So now that puts the pressure on me for my third stroke. I gotta get it close. Otherwise, he could probably two-putt his way to victory. Okay. So this is a big putt. Can he make it? No, he cannot. Even if he gets par, he has to hope that I screw up. So he needs this putt, and he does. So, oh no, wait, I'm sorry, that was my putt. Sorry, that put me at +1. Well, never mind. So he's gonna lose. I kind of mixed up Chargin' Chuck and Toad by accident, so that was my fault. But nonetheless, though, Toad got the victory over Chargin' Chuck. They still haven't made an American football version of Mario. They've done baseball. They've done 3-on-3 hoops on the 3DS. And what else? They also had... and they also did hockey in Mario Sports Mix. But they have never done American football. I'm surprised they have not done that. But until then, next time that we get back, and of course, hopefully my past self will remember this. If not, I will tell you that the next course will be Donk City. So do stay tuned for that. But until then, this is TehJew22 signing off. See you then.